You start everyone off, alright? I'll be right there. If you don't mind just starting. Keep everyone company. Don't show them your ass. They don't want to see your asshole. Quite literally your bum hole. That's actually exactly where I was going to sit. Okay. No F's given, I got it. Yeah, no, don't mind me. I'm just trying to film the video. You stay where you are. You make yourself comfy. Okay. Here we go. I'm back. You're not probably used to seeing me upload on a Wednesday. I'm switching things up this week because tomorrow, Thursday the 11th, is my birthday. I'll be turning 28 tomorrow. Some people are going to think that sounds really old and some people are going to think that sounds really young, but I feel like, I don't know what I feel like. I feel old. I feel old. Oh god. But then also I'm like, still think I'm 18. It's a weird thing, age, isn't it? I still think, like, someone asks me how old I am and I'm like, yeah, 18. And then I get scared when people ID me in the supermarket. I'm like, oh my god, here's my ID. I'm 10 years past legal now. So, as it's my birthday this weekend, I'll be vlogging. I didn't vlog my birthday last year, so I'm going to vlog my birthday this year. So I'll show you everything I do over the course of the week next Monday. I'm going to just upload at different times, I think, over the next week. So I'll be coming at you back on Monday with a birthday video, and then if you guys like, I'll film a what I got for my birthday because I love those videos. I love watching them. If no one else buys me anything, I bought myself something nice this year, so I can just show you that. Right, let's get cracking with some questions. By the way, Duke is allowed on the bed and Leo, the new puppy, is not allowed on the bed. I put him on the bed for 10 seconds to tie up my hair and he peed. He's snoring in agreement. I mean, until that pup learns to rein it in on my bed sheets, he ain't coming near my bed. He doesn't even go down my downstairs carpet. I literally am like, no. He knows he's not allowed on that carpet now. So the first question is, how are the two puppies adapting to each other? Honestly, they're really sweet together. And I got another question on the topic of Leo saying, is Leo yours or your mum's? Sorry, I think I missed this info. I think I've honestly confused people. I don't think you missed the info in that Leo is technically my mum's, but we say he has two mummies because we literally look after each other's dogs. She looks after Duke so much. I go over, I'll grab Leo, I'll walk Leo for her. And I think it's so important right now for the dogs to be together, for Leo to model Duke, not just to kind of go for a walk together, but like to be together the whole day here in my space and like Duke's space technically. And the only time they kind of squabble is if I throw a toy and Duke will run for it and Leo will follow him and Duke will be like, "Grr, it's mine." That's the only time, but apart from that they kind of coexist. Tails wag when they see each other. They're not best buds, like they're not cuddling together. They'll kind of like sniff each other's noses and be really cute and run around together, and they definitely enjoy being together, but they're not like best friends. Like Leo will squeal to see Duke if I like go out with just Duke or something, but Duke won't squeal to see Leo. This is a really good question, and someone said, do you have any tips on how to not go down a dark mental spiral given the news situation? I think this year, 2020, we have been faced with some really dark times, really challenging news situations. I personally have deleted news apps from my phone. I did that at the beginning of this year because I don't know how people, kudos to you if you have the news alerts popping up on your phone all the time. It affects me so badly mentally. So I think my main tip would to try and be aware of what you're consuming all the time. I personally found in the past like maybe week or so I was consuming so much information. I mean, my screen time was about 9.5 hours every day, which is like almost like, if you think about it, how long you're actually awake for, that's a lot of time to be on the phone. And I looked at that and I was like, I'm consuming so much information here, and it's so great, the information that I was consuming, but I did get really overwhelmed at the same time. So I think to kind of spread that out, I put together like a blog post, I categorized everything for myself, and I shared that online as well. And I think my aim over the course of the weekend when I saw my screen time was to kind of try and minimize that and minimize how much I was consuming. So I think for me personally it was to be aware of how much I'm consuming, not just now but generally. I think there's some great news Instagrams. There's the Happy Broadcast, and they post such positive happy things, and they're all really relevant to do with what's going on in the world right now, so I'd recommend giving them a follow because every time they post something it puts a smile on my face. I think also the times that we're really vulnerable is when we're waking up and going to sleep. So in the morning I will now not, I'm trying so hard every day, it's so much easier said than done, to not look at my phone for an hour after I wake up, to not look at my phone an hour before I go to bed, just to give my mental energy time to unwind or wind up before the day. Jackina said, where do you get your chain rings now? Please do a jewellery collection video. I haven't done a jewellery collection video for about a year, so maybe I'll film another one of those soon. The only chain ring I'm wearing at the moment is this Dior one. It's like a tiny little ruby on a chain. It's so beautiful and I've had it for about 10 years. They recently brought it back, Dior. They recently brought this ring back in a kind of more funky style, but it's still on a chain and it's honestly the best quality chain ring ever. This is such a good question and I keep getting questions like this every day. How to get over a breakup in a time like this. And honestly, if you're going through a breakup right now, I feel for you, girl, because one of the things that got me through, it wasn't the initial breakup period, but it was the time after that, was just going out with my girls, getting drunk, drinking, and obviously we can't do that right now given the current situation. So I would say use this time to really connect with yourself. Think about what you want in a partner, what you want in your life, what didn't work in your previous relationship. Was there anything that you were ignoring? Was there anything that you let slide that you wouldn't let slide next time? And use this time to connect with your girlfriends, connect with your family. I would obviously also recommend our breakup manual. This is basically the key tool. Everything that I feel like I learned and my friends learned, I put this all into one manual that's really interactive. Isabella and I did this together. We basically teamed up with experts that cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds an hour to have a session with them to put their tips and their knowledge into this manual so that you can get the most out of your breakup, which sounds so strange, but the aim is really to make you feel alive again and be your best friend through this time. So I'll leave a link to it down below and you can check it out if you want to. One thing you want this birthday. I think the one thing that I really visualize for, I don't think it's going to happen on my birthday because everyone's at work and I don't know if it's going to be sunny, but it is sunny today, so hopefully that will stay till tomorrow. But anyway, one thing I want is a little picnic outside. I have been loving eating outdoors, sitting on the grass anytime, even if it's just ice cream, but this whole kind of period, that's what I've been doing so much, and it's such a simple thing that I never really used to do that much of. I think I'd go and sit outdoors in a restaurant or something like that, but I'm just loving bringing a little Tupperware box and eating my dinner or eating ice cream in the park. So hopefully I can get to do that on my birthday. I know my sister has something that she wants us to do in the garden together. I'm not sure what it is yet. I don't know, but hopefully we can do something fun outdoors. What is the biggest thing you've learnt during quarantine? You know what I have learnt? I know you're waiting for me to say something deep here. I know. You know what I've learned is that I have managed to run 5K. What does that mean? What does that tell me? I mean, I'm not joking. 9 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, I would run 60 seconds and I could barely do it. I would get a stitch. I mean, I messaged Estee on my first run saying, I'm not even running yet because you do a 5-minute walk warm-up and I already have a stitch. And she was like, that's normal, it's fine. I honestly have got so much to thank. The Couch to 5K app, it's the BBC one I use. There's multiple different ones. It's like a 9-week program where you run for 1 minute and you run every other day and you build up from 1 minute to 30 minutes. And in the end, you're supposed to run 5K. I mean, at the end of my 30 minutes, I didn't run 5K. I was nowhere near 5K. It's taken me 2 weeks since that to be able to complete 5K in the 30 minutes. And today, actually, I did 28 minutes. 28 minutes? Yeah, 28 minutes! How mad is that? 28 minutes 5K. I mean, I never in a million years thought I could do that. So I think, honestly, that has taught me, that's made me feel like I can do anything, because I'm 28, I've always hated running. I never thought I would be able to run longer than like 5 minutes, maybe if I was like running after my dog in the park or something, and that's just made me feel so great about myself. I feel so like accomplished. I know it might be so small for some people, but I literally feel so excited about that, and it really has made me feel like I can do anything. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you so much. How is dating going? Do you find it hard trusting again? You know what I realized recently? I realized a lot of things. It's a lot of time to think and be with one's thoughts right now, but I think it wasn't trusting anyone else. I think it was trusting myself again that I found really difficult. Putting faith in myself to trust another human that I was looking at, if that makes sense. I've come to terms with the fact that that's something I'm probably going to have challenging me for a while. Oh, I just saw one that says, please do what I got for my birthday video, so hopefully I'll do that. Favorite throwback picture to the YouTube early days? What a question. What a question. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me think. I think the first one that comes to the top of my mind is going to the Brits with Estee, Anna and Lily. Oh my gosh, that was a night. I mean, I borrowed Philippa's Philip Lim dress. It was all glittery and beautiful, and we all dressed up, and I think I even got my hair done, or I did it myself, I can't remember, but I remember taking about 3 hours to get ready, and Beyonce performed EXO. Do you know that song? I love you like EXO, you love me like EXO. Very accurate representation, and oh, it was such a fun night. It was one of the first kind of like big events I got invited to as a blogger, and it was a really fun group. I honestly, that was such a fun night. I look at the pictures and I'm like, we all look like little babies. Millie says, sum up the last year in a sentence. Woo! You know what, I actually saw a meme and it was like, dear 2019, we apologise for all the things we said about you. Because everyone's like, 2019, get out of here. And now it's like 2020 and we're all like, okay. Where is the first restaurant you were visiting once lockdown lifts and everything reopens? Ooh, I'd love some sushi. I miss sushi so much. I know everyone says they're missing sushi, but I mean, I feel like that's the only thing I can't really recreate at home. I feel like everything else I go and eat, you know, fish, pasta, vegetables, whatever it may be, I can recreate that to a certain extent at home. Sushi, I have tried to make crispy rice, set the fire alarm off, it was sticky, it got burnt, the whole thing was a freaking disaster. But that is the one thing I was just, oh, my mouth is salivating now. So probably somewhere with really good crispy rice, somewhere really fancy as well, I think. How do you know Guy and Jack, and how long have you all been friends? I actually met Jack before I met Guy. I met Jack when I was about 13, no, when I was 15, I think. I have a really old picture of us. I look so bad. It was on my thick eyeliner. And I met him at, I think it was a friend's house. He was actually dating one of my friends at the time. I don't know if you call it dating when you're 15. We definitely didn't call it dating at the time. We probably called it like hooking up or something. They were probably hooking up. And yeah, that's when I met Jack. And we've always had loads of mutual friends, but we were never really like close. And he became really close with Guy, who I was really close with. And I met Guy actually through my sister. He's actually technically my sister's age, and my sister's friend, I just like stole him for my own. And he was my sister's ex-boyfriend's best friend. And we just really hit it off and clicked. He never really felt like my little sister's friend. He's always been like super mature. I mean, you guys are probably so surprised that he's so much younger than me. I mean, he's maybe like 4 years younger than me. We've always just had a really great connection. I think we have like a really nice non-judgmental relationship. He's probably one of my like very few friends I can say something to and be the most ridiculous thing and he won't judge me. Is there any book in particular that has inspired you or you've enjoyed overall? If so, what is it? Brené Brown, Rising Strong. That book honestly changed my life. I read that this time last year, roughly. It changed my life. It is such a beautifully written book. Listen to the audiobook as well, because her voice is so powerful, and she talks so much about vulnerability, fear, courage. I think it's so relevant to me in relationships, and it's so relevant to me in work as well. I feel like so many people can relate to her work and her findings, and she herself through her work is so vulnerable, and she shares her day-to-day life with you and her day-to-day thoughts. Another book that I would say I more enjoyed overall is If You're in My Office, It's Already Too Late by James Sexton. He is a New York divorce lawyer, and he talks about his 20-year career, and he's so funny. It's so well written, and you think it would be a bit of a depressing book given the title, but it's not. I found myself giggling at him. I found myself really finding him so amusing, and I found his stories fascinating as well. This is a good question. Do you keep jewellery from an ex? Hell yeah. I personally used to throw everything away. As soon as I broke up with someone, I was like, goodbye, I don't want any memories of you. And I've kind of grown to see that someone comes into your life for a reason, and they teach you things, and I find that if I make peace with it, I'm okay to wear the jewellery or keep the jewellery or whatever it may be. Do you think friends with benefits work? I don't think so. Not that I've seen with myself or my friends. If you are friends with benefits right now and you think it's working, or you've had it in the past that works, please let us know in the comments. Please share your experiences. I'm so curious. It's never worked for me. Best skincare brand for sensitive skin: Lumine, Clarins. My two faves, I would say, for sensitive skin. The Clarins Blue Lotus Treatment Oil saved my sensitive skin. Lumine Rich Day Cream, the Hydrogel, new one. What's coming in the pipeline career-wise for you in 2020? Woo! I have something that I would really love to bring to action for 2020, for the other half of 2020, and it's something that I think you guys would love to see me do. I hope. That's all I'm gonna say. Leo's cutest moment. You know, when I come back and Leo... Oh my god, no wait, I have such a good story. I have such a good story. Leo, the other day, I walked upstairs, and Duke doesn't go up the stairs. He won't, they're too steep for him. Leo somehow, this like tiny little thing with like legs this big, I hear him crying, and I'm like, yeah, I'm coming downstairs, I'm coming downstairs. And he'd walked up half the stairs, Lord knows how. And I was literally like, oh my god, and he was just like crying for me, and I was like, oh, you just wanted to follow me. Like, he follows me everywhere. It's so cute. Are you still doing the podcast? I was really enjoying it, and you made a great host. Thank you so much, Clary's Pieces. I was thinking about the podcast season 3. Now, let's just have a little brainstorm together, because I was going to do relationships as season 3. However, I did 2 of my last episodes of season 2, with one with Isabella, one with Hannah, and you guys loved the kind of more chit-chat, chatty, talk about what's going on in the world right now, talk about anything kind of vibe. So I'm kind of determining which route to go down. I might do a poll on Instagram, but if you have any thoughts on season 3 for the podcast in general, or what you loved about the podcast, what you didn't love, any constructive criticism, I'm really open for a chat. Let me know, please. Or you can DM me on Instagram. My DMs are always open and I read them all. Are you recognisable in London? Do people bother you? I would say yes, and people are never, ever a bother. I feel like it's this kind of weird friendship that starts without you even meeting someone. People be like, oh my god, hey, and like we'll even forget to say their name because they feel like they know me and I feel like I know them, and then halfway through the conversation I'm like, wait, what was your name? Because we just like hug, and well, now we can't really hug, I guess, given the current situation in the world, so now I guess we would virtually air hug. I love it. I love chatting. So if you ever see me, please don't be shy. I'm honestly, there hasn't been a time when someone said hi and it hasn't just made my week. So please do say hi if you ever see me. You're never intruding me, I promise. Like, if I'm eating, don't care. If I'm driving, don't care. If I'm shopping, don't care. Like, wherever you see me, please say hi. That's gonna be it from me this week. I've been posting so much on Instagram stories right now, so please come over and say hi on my Instagram. And I will see you on Monday for a birthday vlog. Mwah! I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.